Yeah, don't want to. We're gonna have to start it from here then.
Yeah.
No more off the table
Well,
things.
that makes sure that everything prior to that was off the table.
I mean, I can just bleep it.
No.
Or I can leave it in.
Yeah.
I can leave it in.
Yeah, you could.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, I have no headset. That's why it sounds so weird.
Yeah, your headset's way behind there too.
Okay. Yeah, keep going though. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, man. It's all on you. I guess I had an eventful weekend. This was the first weekend in a while where you and I didn't just hang out. And going to be the first weekend in a long time.
No, I think I did have events. I can't remember what I did.
I mean,
I saw a movie. Yeah. I saw The French Dispatch.
That doesn't count as the event.
Pretty cool. Fell asleep during it. That was nice.
That's good.
You want to keep talking?
You got it?
Yeah,
I was entranced by you. So I have this talking point that I want to bring up. Okay. So this doesn't go for you or I, or actually even the people that are listening, because the people that are listening are respectful. They're great. They're good. I have figured out my least favorite thing about this podcast, though.
Okay.
And it's going to be your least favorite thing, too.
It's not mine.
No, I can guarantee it.
No.
It's when you talk about the podcast and
to who?
To anybody.
Oh.
And they give you this.
What?
Oh, you still do that?
It's not my least favorite thing.
It has to be. It is the least. It's the worst thing. Because, one, hey, guy, girl. Yeah. That's an insult.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what that's saying?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Don't care about the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Then don't. Because if I say, yeah, I got to do the podcast with David tomorrow, and they go, oh, you still do that?
Yeah.
Hey, bitch, that question was answered when I told you I'm doing the podcast tomorrow with David.
Who call him out?
It was a person on fucking Discord.
Okay.
And then it's almost every person. Yeah. It's whenever we go to the bar and we see somebody for the first time in 2 months.
Sure.
It's always,
hey, do you still do that?
Oh, it's always after, yeah, I got the podcast tomorrow with David. Or, yeah, we do the podcast at our house.
Yeah, name a name.
Whatever. I don't know it specifically, but I've heard it so many fucking times.
I just don't bring it up in conversation.
I know, and I try not to either.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But it's without a doubt, unless it's the three people that watch.
Yeah.
The three of them.
Shout out to the three.
The three.
Yeah.
If it's not them,
yeah,
it's always, oh, you still do that.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
yeah.
That's like saying, hey, 2 + 2 is 4, and them going, oh, that's still 4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's still, yeah.
How do you answer it, though? What do you do?
I went on this tangent today. Yeah. I freaked out on them.
Right, but what do you do?
I go,
do you freak out on these people?
No, I mainly tell them no. I respond with no.
No, well, that's better.
Yeah.
I like that better.
Well, because I go, yeah, gotta do the podcast with David tomorrow.
Oh, do you still do that? No, actually, I don't.
No, I don't. I actually say, that's my go-to line.
Yeah.
Because, hey, bitch, I answered it.
Yeah.
I don't need to answer you again.
I usually only hear people bring it up to me when people I haven't seen in a while are around, like when we're together, right? Yeah. Do people bring it up to you without me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, people bring it up every now and then. Yeah. This conversation.
One day when we're fucking millionaires, they won't be bringing it up anymore.
Yeah. I'm going to fucking slap them with my cock.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, yeah.
Easy.
Oh, yeah, I still do that. Mm-hmm. And they go, did you just slap me with your cock? I'll go, yeah, I still do that. That is still my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
That's what I do.
I do that.
Did you just smack me with your cock?
No.
No. No.
No.
It is such a bitch thing to say. Just to be like, oh, you still... I get it, man. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen you in 5 months.
Sure.
Or girl. I do not... I get that.
Yeah.
But that comes off as... I do not get...
Do you ask people questions like that to them?
No, because...
I never ask anybody about their life.
Yeah. me and you just could care less. We'd rather talk about funnier things.
Yeah, I usually... the questions that I'll ask, I typically... If I ever ask somebody, what you've been up to, mm-hmm. It's really just I'm just trying to get through the conversation, because I don't really... It's usually I don't know, somebody can see at work, then I'm like, man, I'm going to have to say something to this person.
Yeah.
But if it's anybody I generally have like a question about, I'll probably come up with something specific to that person.
For sure.
It's never going to be like, what you've been up to.
I mean, that to them feels like very specific.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like, that's like somebody coming up to me and going like, this is actually the best example.
Yeah.
That's somebody coming up to me and going, yeah, so I was at my job at Quick Trip yesterday. And I go, oh, you still do that? I didn't need to ask that question. Right. I know that you
still
do that.
Yeah, you still work there?
Or I was fighting fires yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, you still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I fucking do that.
Yeah.
I started off this conversation with the answer.
Yeah. Is it nighttime? It still gets dark out?
It still gets dark out? What? It's so fucking annoying though. Yeah. And I also get it sometimes because when we're around 3 people that like watch it,
sure,
they'll like bring it up sometimes. Like,
yeah,
it was funny when you were talking about this on the podcast the other day.
Sure.
And then somebody butts in, oh, you still do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey man, you weren't in the conversation.
Oh, hey, did you not just listen? Yeah. You clearly wanted to butt in on this conversation. Mm-hmm. So why didn't you pick up on the first thing that was said? And then I slapped them.
There is
and I beat their ass.
I don't really like. So back in the day when we started this podcast out, I used to talk about like the podcast or like all the time.
The pod.
But nowadays I kind of just like
you try to avoid it.
Yeah, I kind of just like I don't even.
Which is odd. It's still odd. It was odd, and you did avoid it back then. As well. You always avoid it. It's always been odd. It always will be odd.
Do you like talking about it within the podcast? Like now?
Yeah.
You like talk because before you didn't.
About what?
Because I was telling.
Like breaking the third wall almost.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was a weird thing for me.
You didn't like that, huh?
Yeah.
You like for a little bit. You didn't like talking about the podcast within the podcast. I was like, dude, people are not watching this. What do you think? Why? And you're like, I don't even want to talk about that. And you would go right past it. But now you're totally fine with like bringing it up.
Well, because you used to talk about it as a number sense, if that made sense. So you'd bring it up like nobody watches the podcast because we got like 300 views on the first episode.
Well, right.
And then it went down.
Sure.
It shot down. It hopped on a sled and it flew down that fucking hill.
And one of these days we'll get back up the hill, hopefully just to slide back down.
It's always going to French fry when it's supposed to be.
Like I said, the only way to like make this work is we have to be like talented, funny, we'll start working hard, and do like a lot of like extracurricular.
And we have half of that.
What's that?
Well, all of those things on one person. We've got all those things.
Let's say who it is on 3.
1, 2, 3, James.
Me.
That's weird.
Weird.
But yeah, no.
Weird.
Because you used to talk about it as a number sense. And there's one thing there's one thing that I hate about streams.
Yeah.
Is like when people are just like, and because I was streaming prior to that.
Yeah.
And like, it was more of like a personal vendetta against it because I saw so many people at like my streaming level who would talk about their numbers all the time.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I only have 5 viewers today. And like they'd say that in stream and that would physically make me like go, I'm tuning out. I'm going to fucking spit.
Okay. Well, that's not a bad criticism.
Yeah.
I do like though. I bring it up all the time. I like that all of the highest paid streamers got like ranked by numbers, and they started calling each other by their numbers. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, what's up, number 412?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely good.
That's really funny.
Like, I don't care about that. That too, I don't. But mine is like, oh, why do I only have 5 viewers today? Or what? Like that one bitch that
you know what's weird is I actually have I have a different sense. I like when YouTubers or comedians or anybody would talk about their numbers because I found it really interesting.
Really?
I found it interesting when anybody starts talking about like here's an example that just comes to mind because it's the most recent one. Trevor Wallace was on the Honeydew podcast.
Okay.
And you know Trevor Wallace. Mm-hmm. He is. What's the video that
TikTok Vine?
What's the one video that blew up for him?
Just like him making videos about Kyle's, like
close. The first one that you can think of.
I don't know.
The White Claw video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the monster videos were before that though.
Were they?
Yeah. Like
the one that I remember that was huge. Well, the reason why I bring it up is because he was like, that's the one that like blew up, and then
that one was big. I guess maybe it's different for me because I knew of him before.
He made shirts for it, and then he got hit with like a lawsuit by White Claw. Anywho, I just found it really interesting. I always find it interesting, like hearing the behind the scenes kind of a thing, like the
rise and fall of like
the inside baseball. Because he was talking about how like it was just like another video, like the ones, at least for him, the ones that he like expects to blow don't, or sometimes they do, and it's all completely random. And then like the White Claw one just like exploded.
Yeah.
Or
well, like I said, because I think that I know when I saw him, and I'm pretty sure that those monster videos were before it.
Yeah.
And the monster videos were just like it was the White Claw.
Yeah.
He was doing it for a while, and then he did it with White Claws, and because White Claws were so popular.
Yeah.
And because he was doing like the monster Kyle. Like Kyle, remember the Kyle meme?
Sure.
Like this is a Kyle. He plays Call of Duty, drinks monsters, wears fucking DC Vans and shit. So he was doing that and like was playing this Kyle character and slamming monsters and like saying jokes about slamming monsters. And then he did like pretty much the exact same thing. The stereotypes of a person that drinks,
but just did White Claw.
But did White Claw.
Yeah.
And because White Claw at the time,
you're probably right.
At the time, White Claw I think was bigger.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, that's so fucking relatable.
Yeah, I mean, before White Claw, at that video, I don't even think Trulies were like big yet.
No.
So that's one that I liked. Another one I liked was like it was before Tony Hinchcliffe. Okay. He's pretty big at this point. Okay. But Tony Hinchcliffe was on the cover.
You're talking about Anthony Jeselnik.
What are you saying? Do people? Oh, right. Our friend thought Anthony Jeselnik or Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony Hinchcliffe opened for Joe Rogan.
I mean, it's not like the worst thing because like they're both like roast type guys.
The funny part about it is to double down and go, no, I know for sure that's Anthony Jeselnik. And to tell like our other friends, that are just like, oh, who is this guy?
Yeah. Anthony Jeselnik, wouldn't open from Rogan in Milwaukee. But anywho, so when Tony was like coming up real early, right? Mm-hmm. He like was just hitting like his like 10 years in comedy. He was on the podcast with Burr and then like two other people, and they were all doing a weekend together, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, fine, we will all say what we are getting on this weekend at the same time. And they were like 3, 2, 1, and all of them said the same number minus Tony. Tony had like way less money than them, and I was like, "Oh, this is the greatest!" Like I love hearing about this kind of stuff.
That's hilarious. I do like that.
Bert Kreischer is great at it. He talks about money all the time and like door deals with like the minute details about numbers are the best. I don't know why I like it so much.
Yeah, I mean, you're also the same person that will always ask, hey, how much money do you make?
I was asking people at work today.
It's so funny.
And they get uncomfortable, and I'm like, you don't have to tell me, but I'd like to know.
You and I think at this point, we're like you know how a woman like has a menstrual cycle and they sync it up with their friends?
Yeah.
You and I think get on the same humor for a bit.
Sure.
Or get on the same subjects.
Okay.
Because just like 2 days ago, I was talking in Discord about like people talking about money.
Yeah.
And like this whole thing about how like you did not give a fuck about asking people about money.
No.
And how people, do you remember the era of when I was single rich? People would like always like try to talk about how much money I made. And
yeah, that's weird.
We had one friend who just like was insanely fucked up. Kept on, don't have to get too specific about it.
Okay.
But keep on coming by me and he'd go, yeah, I make like 5 times what James makes.
Yeah.
Started off as that. No, I make 9 times what James makes. Literally would just triple up the ante.
You know what's fun around that time is also, I just like, it's not that I was bad with money, but there was this perception that I had a terrible job and I made like below minimum wage or something.
I remember one person like talking, he was not good because he said it behind your back.
Yeah.
But I was there to defend you.
It was fun.
My boy.
Yeah.
And the person goes, well, at least I make more money than David.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't think you do.
Yeah.
He goes, well, how much does he make? And I go, well, I mean, I don't care because David would tell you anyways.
Yeah.
And when I said, and he was like, oh. That's always my favorite is when somebody because the people that always brag or the people that aren't making that much money. I had
you know what it is. So everybody wants somebody in the friend group to be the worst.
Oh yeah.
So like he was just like, well, I'm not the worst.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yes.
Which it's totally makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to be the worst in the friend group.
But sometimes for me, it wasn't like even the worst. It was just like maybe it was they wanted to be the best or something.
Or maybe.
Because for a bit there was like, I mean, I was like making good money comparatively.
Sure.
I was single rich. I just like had no bills, had a good paying job, no college debt.
Yeah.
And this girl that we hung out with all the time, who I felt head over heels over, I'd buy her drinks all the time, and I'd buy everybody drinks and shots constantly. Spend a lot of money in a night, it was whatever, but I like never really like brought it up during there's somebody's blowing out the leaves outside.
Okay, that's what it is.
And so because I do that, it was like I think that's what kind of pushed like where people do it.
Okay.
But this guy goes, I'm talking to her, and like I'm like kind of by them, like I'm having a conversation near them, and then I end up joining the conversation a little bit late, but because she says my name, because he goes, I just like to buy a bunch of drinks for a lot of people, and I always like buying shots. He was just trying to buy her a bunch of shots, and then she goes, oh, like James does that too, and he goes, not like James, because I make way more money than him. And
what a fun thing to say.
And I laugh, and he goes, and like this guy was like I need to be like alpha. Or
Do
something.
I know who this person is?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a person?
We don't ever see him anymore.
Oh, okay.
Much.
Gotcha.
But he then goes, why are you laughing? It's true. And I go, all right, I didn't want to have this conversation. I go, I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah, and then
but that's fine. And then he goes, well, how much do you make? And I was like, well, I don't really want to tell you that. And I was like, how much do you make though? If you're so like confident about it. And I said, yeah, that's fine. And I like just ended the conversation right there. Yeah. And then just
felt pretty good, huh?
It felt good because then like I didn't have to like tell him how much I made.
Yeah.
I knew, and he to this day can wonder.
Yeah.
Like I knew that I made a substantial amount.
Yeah, it's nice to.
It always feels.
It goes back to the slapping. Did you just hit him in the face with your cock? No. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to have the Arcane conversation?
I think that we could talk about more stuff prior to that.
Well, that's fine.
Because that's a more for us,
I don't think it is. I think this, Elizabeth and I started watching the show. Mm-hmm. She really likes it.
Yeah.
So there's at least one person who doesn't like League of Legends who watches the show.
For sure. But I think that we should at some point have this conversation, maybe in the middle of the podcast.
That's fine. But let me just preface this first. Mm-hmm. By the end of this conversation, this podcast, we are going to be talking about the show. We're not talking about it now, but if you don't want the show spoiled for you, then we'll let you know when we're starting.
So I think that like things that we really like, we should put near the end. Like, or not like things that we like. If it's football, shows, movies, or
television show, games, video games.
Yeah, if those, I feel like we should always backload those.
Okay.
Especially shows and movies, because we do like to throw movies in the middle of this, where we just flat out spoil them.
Yeah.
And there could be good content at the back that somebody like your father will never see.
Sure.
Solely because we said, oh, Captain America makes sweet love to the fucking Hulk.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. And then when fucking Captain America pipes down the Hulk, it just isn't a surprise to anybody.
So if you don't want to talk about that, what do you want to talk about? What do you have? Is there anything in the pipeline you got?
Yes,
you got something, huh?
So this weekend,
because all I got is Arcane.
I know that you didn't have an eventful weekend.
No, let me tell you the events,
or maybe week.
God, it was it was jam packed with just like house. It was just stupid, boring shit.
Garbage.
Yeah, boring.
All shit.
I started playing Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword.
Nice.
And one of these days I will finish it.
Dude.
That day's not today.
Nice. You live the life that I want to live.
It's pretty nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Also, the Bucks play the Lakers tomorrow. That's fun.
That's exciting. We suck right now. Currently.
Go ahead.
I like that I said that though. Nice, man. You live the life that I want to live.
Yeah.
As if I'm not sitting in here 13 hours a day
Sure.
playing video games.
Yeah, I mean, you can live my life.
Staying up till 5 a.m. playing RuneScape every single day, waking up at noon, eating a couple Slim Jims.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I put it as if, oh, boring, your life's boring. Like I'm doing something great.
Sure.
Funny.
Yeah, way to explain the joke.
Comedy.
Yeah. Nice, man.
You're welcome.
Speaking of comedy, did you see Tim Dillon light up Michael Che and Michael Che light back?
No.
So, there is a sketch on SNL that has Joe Rogan in it.
Oh, I saw the initial
played
shot by
Joe Rogan.
Yep.
I didn't watch the sketch. The sketch isn't important to it. So Tim Dillon watched the sketch and he wrote like, this sketch could have been done a million different ways, but instead it's unfunny and like the show's just like lazy hacks, they're garbage, whatever. Just classic Tim Dillon stuff.
Yep.
Michael Che like clap back saying like Tim Dillon ? And then like all on Instagram because he doesn't have Twitter. So they're going back and forth.
Oh, this was on
Twitter and Instagram, back and forth. Tim Dillon's on Twitter. Michael Che's on Instagram. Back and forth the whole time.
Because I know that I saw the Tim Dillon, the lazy hacks.
Yes. On Twitter. Yes. So Michael Che was like, if we're being honest, Tim is like a humble guy who couldn't make it in stand-up, so he chose the easier path and became a medium personality, like a podcast. So then like Tim Dillon was like, if we're being honest, I've sold more tickets than Michael Che ever has. He's like I think he wrote like he's an unfunny like drunk who can't read.
What?
Yeah, and he will never be able to get the platform that I made on my own. And then Michael Che wrote back like, all fair points. And like they were just beefing back and forth. It seemed a little heated, but then like I don't know, like Michael Che diffused it a little bit.
It seems odd because they're on the same side, aren't they? They're both New York boys.
Yeah.
Odd to have them fighting.
Well, this is the bottom of it, which I never think about this angle. This is where the Andrew Schultz angle comes in.
Oh, Andrew Schultz covered it?
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew
Schultz. So they broke it down obviously a lot better than me because they can pull up screenshots and everything, and they can like redirect quotes. Yeah. And they have producers who like make sure you stay on topic.
Correct.
Here it's just me reciting from memory. But he has the good point that Michael Che's special is coming out like this week, maybe Friday on Netflix. He is it's like the classic rapper beef kind of thing. Kanye has an album releasing, so he just starts getting into headlines.
Okay.
So Michael Che go after Tim Dillon, huge name right now. All of a sudden people are talking about Michael Che. Go to his Instagram. What's on his Instagram? Only promoting his special.
That's good.
So I was like, I didn't even think about that. Because at first I was like, why the fuck does Michael Che give a fuck about like Tim Dillon? But then now it makes sense. Now it's all good.
I mean, it's what I do too, is like whenever you or I have like a really good podcast episode, I start commenting on people's YouTube videos saying, hey, you're a fucking unfunny hack. You're a piece of shit. Try to get them to our page. So that way
I should start doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always thought about like, I don't know.
Do the shoe nice technique. Make 100 different monologue podcast YouTubes. Find one person to obsess over. Comment on all their videos hundreds of times on different accounts that are all just the Monologue Podcast 1, Monologue Podcast 2, Monologue Podcast
and then
1996.
Then they get onto their podcast.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't that guy... Do you remember that when that guy started blowing up before Ethan and Hila?
When he was a normal guy just chugging things.
Yeah.
And not eating cock. That guy somehow went from, oh, this is impressive. He's taking like a whole bottle of Fireball, chugging it. Taking a whole bottle of Tito's, chugging it.
And then he would just be like lit. Do you remember like how like lit up you'd be like, wow. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's how Steve Will Do It got famous.
Yeah.
Do you like that guy?
Nice did it first too.
Yeah, I know. Do you like
Steve Will Do It?
Yeah.
He's all right.
I watched a podcast with him on Steve-O's podcast, and it made me uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah, because it just looked like Steve-O like with all this wisdom of like having fame and success from doing crazy extreme things, a lot of it through drinking and drugs.
Yeah.
And him just like trying to steer him to, and also like the Steve will do it, just like the crazy amounts of money he spends. Like he spent
insane amounts, yeah.
Like,
well, he's been giving away like just because he started a beef with David Dobrik.
Yeah.
And would just he did have this funny thing for a while until like they actually met up and like it became like them just jerking each other off.
Sure.
And I didn't like that as much. He did this funny thing where whenever he'd end a video, he'd just like say like fuck David Dobrik.
Yeah.
David Dobrik's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Or David Dobrik could never, after giving away like four Lambos or something.
Yeah.
He just like you do shit like that, which I enjoy.
So that is right. But with David Dobrik or Mr. Beast, these guys when they give like this stuff away, you feel like, all right, you know, these guys aren't perfect, but you're like, they probably financially are okay. With this Steve will do it guy, you're like, this guy is gonna fucking burn out quick.
Oh yeah.
And that's like, as Steve-O was talking to this guy, like he was just kind of like laughing and deflecting, but it like Steve-O was like never like
not serious,
never joking with them.
Yes,
he was always like trying to like, I don't give him any advice.
He gave him like an intervention mid podcast.
In a sense, he wasn't like saying you're fucking up your life and like this is rock bottom type thing. But I was just like, oh my god,
we should do that with one of our friends. Just find out like their biggest issue and just intervene them on the podcast. Make them try to deflect, and whenever they try to deflect, keep a straight face and say, yeah, no, for real.
I'm glad you brought this out. Hey, fellas, you want to come out right now?
Oh, no, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Man, wouldn't that be great to get an intervention for you?
Oh, yeah. That'd be sweet.
Bert was talking to Nick Kroll. He was like, next time you guys have an intervention for, what's his fucking name?
John
Mulaney, I gotta be there.
I'm trying to be at the next John Mulaney intervention as well.
Yeah, Nick Kroll also was like, let me tell you, it wasn't fun the whole time. Not funny.
Really?
No, I can't imagine an intervention is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I can't see those being fun. It'd be funny though, like, say that intervention happens and I go, oh, look at all these people walking in there. I just like sneak into this quote unquote party that I think is just a party.
Yeah.
I start picking up like the platter, the fucking charcuterie board,
sure,
eating crackers, and then they intervene somebody and I'm just like, oh no.
Oh, because you're in the wrong place.
Because I'm in the wrong place.
You don't realize that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad.
It wouldn't be too
That's
bad.
not a bad sketch.
Yeah. Like just being caught off guard, like me just at the table, they're all sitting around on the couches and I'm eating cheese and crackers and they go, all right, John, you have a problem.
You know, that's not a bad idea to have it doesn't need to be John Mulaney, but it can be like any generic
like intervention.
Like
some guy going, oh, there's a party over here.
Yeah.
I fucking chug a beer, throw it down, walk into this alcoholic intervention.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everybody's family and friends, right?
This is a sick party.
When everybody goes around, they have notes. So when it would get to you, you'd have to like tell a speech about why this guy's been fucking up his life.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's not a bad idea. You can play with that.
I could.
Hey, Michael, whoever is watching this, write that down. Write that down.
Do you like when I do that? When I come up with jokes and I call you?
Sure.
I scream to you.
I've never
write that down.
I've never done.
I end up just putting it in my notes.
You usually do it when Tyler Voss is around because you like getting that guy to laugh.
Oh yeah, because I do write jokes and like skits and stuff in my notepad on my phone. But I did hit you with the I called you a bunch one morning before Red Zone, before we go over every Sunday to watch Red Zone.
Yeah, and
I call you. Just about stupid shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on the toilet. What's up, David?
Yeah.
Catching up on the night prior with you.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit drunk.
Yeah.
We had this conversation about how Aaron Rodgers is getting more flack than Henry Ruggs for killing somebody.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, that's just a bunch of bullshit. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. I end up saying fuck Aaron Rodgers too. I call you back like 20 minutes later. I go, Hey, I wish that Aaron Rodgers was the one that got hit by Henry Ruggs.
Write that down.
Write that down. And I hang up. Nothing else. Just hang up on you. And
I want to say the other one, but I don't. It's too funny for this, so we have to cut it.
what?
I'm not gonna say it here.
Did I say a joke?
Yeah, you did. You said it later in the day, but I'll tell you it later. It's
What, I wish that Aaron Rodgers was at a Travis Scott concert?
no. It's
It's
a little worse.
Yeah. That's not as bad as what else he is.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
We have been. I don't know about you.
Okay, I know what joke it is now, and I know it verbatim.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know.
that bad.
I know what to say it then.
So it was about Henry Ruggs,
Go ahead if you want to say it.
and you bring up about.
I mean, it's literally like
you
it's
go,
like
I can't-
it's 4 words.
You go, I can't believe that guy's just a killer, and I go, and that's not even the worst thing about him.
That wasn't exactly.
Yeah,
what
I
it
know.
is,
I
but
made
that's
it-
pretty.
I
You made it better.
I made it
Yeah.
a lot more PG,
And that's not even the worst part about it.
that's not even the worst part about it.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's not even the worst part about him. That's a little bit not more. Anywho,
It also isn't fully the same joke, but it's funny.
it's good enough.
Yes.
It'll pass.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk any football? We've been watching football nonstop. Pretty crazy, huh? This is the most I've
Hey,
watched.
man, I know that you didn't have a weekend, but I had a weekend.
Go ahead, tell me what you did then.
I went to a comedy show.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh right, I forgot about that.
Comedy podcast.
Oh, that's what we do,
Let's
huh?
talk about a little bit of comedy.
Yeah, you weren't even you weren't even gonna go. 2 people backed out, and then you get a free ticket.
Yeah, so it our buddy Mike, shout out Mike, who's watching this.
I totally forgot about that.
He had plans to go see Bill Burr, one of your favorite comedians.
Yeah,
if
William
not-
Burr.
If not your favorite comedian.
Maybe working right now. Maybe he's up there, top 3.
Great comedian.
Him, Louie, and Dave.
Yep. And so Mike had gotten tickets with 2 other people, and he was coming up, and me and him had plans to hang out anyways to kind of pregame him going there. And we were going to hang out after and all that. But me and T-Voss had our plan. Hey, we got to beat our world record from the weekend prior.
That guy has come up every weekend, and he's coming up another weekend.
Oh, yeah.
3 in a row.
Oh, yeah. And so we go, hey, we are going to have another case race.
Sure.
We're going to beat that world record. I end up eating a full Little Caesars pizza beforehand.
Sure.
Case race doesn't go.
Yeah, you almost had to throw up.
I almost had to throw up a bunch.
Yeah.
Still drank, enough beers to get pretty drunk. I ended up I think that me and him killed all but like 6 beers. So it was like 14 beers in total. It's fucking 26 beers and 24 beers in total.
Okay.
So it was roughly like we both drank 12 or so beers. Enough to put you in the bag a bit.
Yeah.
We didn't get to finish before we had to go. But because he had 2 other people that were supposed to go, they backed out because you needed to present a vaccine card at the door. If there's something that we know about me, I'm unvaxxed.
Yep.
This might be incriminating.
Sure.
But I just had to get tested before I walked in there.
Yeah.
They were worried about not getting tested.
Yeah.
Or they didn't want to get tested. They're, I think, anti-vaxxers or something.
Sure.
Just didn't want to do that.
Yeah, they didn't want to get in, not because they couldn't get in, but they didn't want to go on principle at that point.
Yeah. So it just was a little bit to get tested. Go in, and this show is unique. We've talked about this before on here, before even seeing him. He loves Milwaukee. He's actively said multiple times, him and...
Oh, yes. Every time he talks about Milwaukee, he talks about it with such reverence. Like, if global warming hits hard, that's where you're going to have to go, because it has a great lake right there, freshwater body, huge. It's a great place. He loves the Pfister, which is like the luxurious hotel
Luxurious.
that all of like the sports people when they come to stay in Milwaukee stay in, or like
It's like
comedians.
it's a very old school 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's from like the 80s.
It is the biggest small town you ever come to.
Yes.
It's a legit city, but it has the feel of a small town.
And it's funny because some of his friends feel the same way, like Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer.
Well, Tom grew up here.
Yes. And then
a little bit.
Then there's Burt that also really likes
Milwaukee.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He's a drinker. So
Gotcha. He likes Madison a lot, right?
He likes Madison a lot, I think. But he actively says like Milwaukee's his favorite city. And so with that, I don't even think of that when we go in. Also, by the way, I mean, this rush past this, we had to wait in line, and it was like fucking 30 degrees out.
Yeah.
I had to start ripping a Juul.
No,
I don't smoke, but I was ripping a Juul.
What, to stay warm? To stay warm? No jacket?
Nicotine. Oh, I had a hoodie on.
Yeah.
Nicotine makes you pretty warm.
Does it?
Yeah. It warms you up quite a bit.
Nice.
But the efficiency with this is my biggest issue with COVID.
Yeah.
Is the efficiency.
To get into the venues?
To get into venues, it is just insane.
Why?
I mean, you went through it with me at Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
Just a super fucking long line, and it didn't have to be that hard to get.
Well, the Chappelle thing was bagging the phones.
Bagging the phones? We didn't even have to bag phones at this place.
No?
No. This one made no sense why it took so long, because we didn't have to bag phones. The only thing that we had to do was metal detector.
Yeah.
That's whatever, though. Like that, like they do that at fucking any stadium.
Yeah.
Like, should have been quick. And then also check the vaccines.
Yeah.
And tests. So the efficiency with COVID is just so fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But going into this, I don't I do remember, but it's in the back of my mind. I don't even think about it. But then as he starts, I realize I'm getting a completely different show than anybody else will see.
Yeah, you were telling me because he made some like Homer jokes for us.
Yes. So like Dave Chappelle was sweet because
you can't remember any of them, right?
This is a couple of them. Two of them are.
You don't need to tell me the joke, but what was like some of the stuff he was talking about?
He was talking about like this his drive through Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And how when he went through Rhinelander, there's just like the hillbilliness of it.
Yeah. I don't even know what that place is.
It's very up north.
Okay.
Like near Minnesota almost.
Yeah.
Or no, is it straight north?
I literally have no idea.
I think it's slightly.
So you talked about that.
Talked about that. A few like things about Milwaukee, and then like one of it, like a few like stories of him being in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And then he also like randomly brought up Kenosha, like threw it in one of his jokes, and he goes, "That's for you guys. You guys don't think I know Wisconsin geography?" Yeah. And he like slaps down, starts laughing to himself.
Yeah.
It's just like small stuff. But because of that, it was just a show that nobody will ever see again.
Sure. Well, that's really what stand-up is. Like these, they all have their acts and their jokes that generally work anywhere, and that's what an act is. Mm-hmm. But what's great about the form of stand-up is that like they're not. It's not like a play. With like a play, they're gonna be pretty exact every time. You know what I mean? They're never gonna like go off script. But a comedian is like interacting with the audience. Like they can feel the energy of the audience, and like they're like the job is to be malleable. You know, if they have like a heckler, they have to like, pivot off of that. Anytime they're in a different city, so it's not. Even though you did get a unique show, that is kind of what every stand-up is. That's what every stand-up should be.
I mean, to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people like are working on their acts. Like at Dave Chappelle, like we got like one joke, 9/11 joke because it was on 9/11.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I mean, I get that because like even something like podcasts, like I recently watched like a stand-up that was like very all right, but it was Theo Von's stand-up, and I liked it, but it wasn't like I didn't like my sides didn't hurt afterwards.
Yeah.
It wasn't. But I will watch that guy on a podcast, and he just can make me laugh.
Sure.
Because I like listening to that guy ramble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's very good, off the cuff, kind of funny.
Yes.
I don't know why his stand up just doesn't hit for me either.
Yeah, it's not as much for me, but
You know something interesting?
Very funny.
You know something interesting that happened to me? Made coffee today, right? Didn't put the coffee beans in the top.
Oh, sugar in it. Oh, no. You live the life that we all want.
I know. Here we go. Here it comes. So when I made the coffee, it was just hot water. That's it. That's all I did. That's the most interesting thing I can add to this whole episode.
I know.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's about what I get from you each episode.
Nice life.
Yep. But yeah, that show was fucking phenomenal. It was amazing. He had the heckler shit. There was like one guy just like didn't realize that he was being like a heckler.
Wait, what are you talking about? He had a heckler?
Yeah, there was like a guy just standing up like,
and
he was just railing into the guy.
I have a feeling. So on Bill Burr's specials, every now and then he has hecklers in his specials. Do you remember every fucking special? There's always one, and she's like, talk about hitting women, sweetheart. It seems like you've added another reason, right? And the crowd goes crazy. I get a feeling that Bill Burr puts plants into his audience.
You think so? Hey, we could blow the lid on the whole operation. Hey, we could be the Joe Rogan to the Carlos Mencia.
Unless he just happens to like...
No. Hey, don't sit on this one. Hey, man, I'll take the full stance. Hey, he's putting fucking...
Plants are like... People use plants all the time.
That's fine. We'll blow the lid on him.
I just got a feeling...
Bill Burr the Great.
That would be one question I would ask.
Bill Burr the Planter.
I'm pretty sure
is that a gardener or a comedian?
I'm not saying he's can't...
Hey. Go full with it, man.
He's a fucking hack.
He's a hack.
He can't do what I do.
I know. We'll comment
he fucking sucks.
Let's start commenting on his shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there was a heckler and he railed into him. I could see that.
Was the heckler like standing up to yell at him, or he was just like standing up?
He just was like standing up thinking that he was like cool and was like... Like, for some reason, and I don't even know if it is plants, because I don't know if just Bill Burr brings it out of people, because there was a person behind me.
It could just be that as well.
There was a person behind me that like almost had to catch a right hook, because she just kept on going.
Like what?
She would say, "Oh, Bill."
Oh.
Come on, Bill.
Oh, weird.
Bill, stop, Bill. Stop, Bill.
Is that my mom?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Hey, bitch.
Yeah.
One, he can't hear you.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Sure.
Two, that doesn't add anything to a conversation. To say, oh, and then somebody's name.
Yeah.
Doesn't add anything.
Yeah, you can just add. You can just laugh.
Yeah. Three.
Yeah.
You don't know Bill Burr. Do not talk to him like you know. Do not go, oh, Bill, like your mom talking to you saying, oh, David, stop, David, stop. No.
Yeah.
I should have turned around and smacked her in the face with my cock. And then when she goes, did you just slap me in the face with your cock?
No.
I go, no.
No. Well, Denise.
No, Denise.
So between Chappelle and Bill Burr, what did you like more?
I laughed more at Chappelle's.
Yeah.
But Bill Burr will have like a special place in my heart because it did kind of give me that very, this is comedy sense to it.
Gotcha.
Which I also kind of got from Joey Diaz as well.
Yeah.
Because that one was... I always go to these special events, it seems like. Because 420, I saw Joey Diaz. 9/11, I saw Dave Chappelle. And then just seeing Bill Burr in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
All of them were good. But Dave Chappelle made me laugh probably the hardest.
Yeah.
That one I was just dying laughing.
I wonder how much the tickets were.
For what?
For Bill Burr.
I know how much they were.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You want to tell me?
They're like 150, I think.
Dang. He's expensive, huh?
Yeah.
That's what happens. So that guy makes money, huh?
Oh, yeah. That was like a two floor. We had pretty good seats.
Sold out?
Sold out, 2 floors. Also, while there, they had this. D-Loss thought this was the coolest thing that I ever did because it said 2 drinks per person.
Yeah.
Me and T-Boss go up. We have 4 people.
Yeah.
Exact amount of drinks, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. Wrong.
So you're saying you have 2 people.
There's 2 people up there.
It should be 4 drinks.
There's 2 people sitting down there.
Okay.
You're able to get
4 drinks.
two
I
drinks per
hear what you're saying. We have enough. We have 1 for everybody.
Yes.
Not
Is
correct.
that enough drinks?
No.
No. James needs 2.
Yeah.
If I'm getting a mixed drink, I always want a beer.
Yeah.
Which a beer shouldn't count. If
It doesn't.
Like it shouldn't count.
No. If you here, I know this. Mm-hmm. I've learned this. Mm-hmm. If you're getting pulled over for a DUI, right, and you blow into a breathalyzer, if you tell them it's just like beer alcohol, they just let you slide.
Yes.
You can get out of here.
They go, come on.
It's just beer. Oh, you just been drinking beer?
You just come on.
Go.
Hey, you know that the Packers scored 5 touchdowns today?
Yeah.
That should have been 5 shots.
Yeah.
You were just drinking beer.
Yeah.
You were just drinking. Go on with your day, you loser.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, you loser.
It's just beer.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't have said, 2 drinks per person. It should have said 2 mixed drinks per person. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't have been so broad.
Sure.
So I wanted 5 drinks. I wanted an extra drink for myself with beer.
Yeah.
And when we go up there, T-Voss like kind of scoots in front of me like he wanted to just order first. I go, hey man, you're ordering with me. He goes, no, I'm not doing that. I go, shut up. Watch this. And because we're both drunk, he goes, oh God, I got to see what this guy's up to.
Yeah.
I go, hey man, there's 2 of us, but we got 5 people in total. I didn't know that there was 2 drinks per person, but we got 3 more people like at the seat. You mind if I get, 5 drinks?
Yeah.
Just 1 extra? He goes, all right, man. Yeah, that's fine. And he like thought on it. He was like, okay, yeah, but make it quick, all right? And I go, all right.
Yeah.
I get 4 beers and 1 Captain and Coke.
Yeah.
And end up doing that. And got
And
away
it
with
worked. You got.
And T-Voss was like, oh my God, that's the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen.
Genius.
You are a genius, man.
Mm-hmm.
I go, hey, I'm not just the looks of this operation.
Yeah, my girlfriend also doesn't try to break rules like that. If she would read that, she wouldn't even attempt.
Like, no. Hey, Dave, you're ordering a neck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I skip in line if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to just break rules.
Yeah. I jaywalk.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've made it.
We've done it.
We've made it
for us.
Yeah, this is the end. Mm-hmm. If you want to talk about Arcane or listen to this, go ahead.
Yep. So, new show release on Saturday, last week Saturday, not this most recent Saturday.
2 weekends ago.
And we didn't watch it immediately.
I didn't know that it was coming. I had gotten an email from Riot saying Arcane, and I just didn't even read the email. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I botched it. I got an email not from Arcane. You know who I got an email from? Twitch. I could have watched it on Twitch.
What do you mean?
I could have had like a viewing party on my Twitch channel.
What's wrong with that?
I didn't see it right away,
okay.
so I didn't get to do it. Like,
okay.
If I would have seen it on that
what
Sunday,
you don't get
Sunday,
you don't get to watch it earlier.
Sunday or Monday. No, but I get to it's like a whole section where people that might not have Netflix or something, they would have been able to watch Arcane with me.
Yeah.
Which is like a cool event to be able to watch a TV show, stream it to a audience.
Okay.
That's cool. Being able to stream it.
Yeah.
Because it almost feels illegal in a way.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it wasn't, and I had that opportunity, but missed it. But yeah, so this show about League of Legends just came out, which League is a game that you and I play.
Yeah.
You initially watched the first episode.
Sure, starts off a little slow.
Starts off slow. You did not that you didn't enjoy it. You just, after the first episode, I wasn't
invested.
You were like, it's whatever. I watched the 3 episodes. I bring it up to you after the podcast. You go, I just watched the first episode. It wasn't that good. I go, hey man, you got to watch the next 2. It heats up. And you go, not really. I go, there's some people in those episodes that you'll like to see. And you start naming off them. You can't figure it out. I give you a little bit hints. You can't figure out the champions.
I named one of the champions, but he wasn't it wasn't the person you were trying to name.
Yes. He wasn't one of the hidden people.
Yeah.
There's 2 people that were kind of hidden-ish. They're main characters now, but when you first see them, you don't know who they are because they look a little bit different.
Surprise, surprise. Second episode, you get Jace. You get a little Heimerdinger action. Little Victor action. A little Caitlyn.
Oh yeah.
So first time watching through the first 3 episodes, I totally missed that it was Caitlyn. No idea.
No idea.
I don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew Vi and Jinx or Powder. Mm-hmm. I was talking to 2 people who started the show, and they don't know League at all, and they kept calling Jinx Powder, and I was like, oh man, I will never call her Powder.
Yeah, I'd never.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I get for the show, but like
for sure. I mean, it makes sense that they call him Powder because.
I have been also listening to a lot of League of Legends lore now.
Really? Got into it?
Well, a lot of it I've known, right?
Yeah.
So
a bit of a touch up.
I didn't know. I didn't know Victor and Jace. I didn't know their dynamic, and I'm guessing you watch similar lore videos than I do.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's like Nerdtastic or some.
Necrit.
Is that what it is? Necrit?
Yeah, it's Necri.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, he's a very European guy.
Yes. So I watched his video on Victor today. That came out like 4 years ago.
Okay.
And
haven't seen
it. It has done the thing that I thought they were going to be doing. So, there was a refresh of the League of Legends lore that updated characters, placed them in different places, and I think there was characters that were like completely in different areas, and then they brought them to different sectors of like Runeterra, which is like the world. And then I was like, oh, let's listen to Victor. Let's see. And the Victor lore is actually slightly different 4 years ago than it is now. And I think that's the best way to do it. Is don't like take what Riot has started with their lore. Like take the good things out of it. Jace and Victor were partners. And had a relationship, right? As for like the inner workings, like it was really talking about how Victor was just trying to get to that next upgrade and like try to like maximize human
the biggest issue
minimize human error
that League had for a bit was they tried to create these like mechanics in like the game and like put them into the lore and like lore into the game, and I think that sometimes that just doesn't work out as well. And to take like the bare aspects of these characters and then like create dynamics,
and they start to flesh it out now,
yeah.
And like make it actually like have depth where like Victor is actually like a cripple now. I don't know if he, based on the video I was listening to, I don't think he was ever crippled.
Yeah.
So him being a cripple is interesting. Them having like in the lore, they weren't like good friends at all. Now they have they're like brothers.
Yeah.
And not like actual brothers, but
they're like, yeah.
And then like Jinx and
they're Batman and Batman, just like me and you. Man.
Hey, yeah, there it is.
You're the Batman, my Batman, dude.
Jinx and Vi having a relationship, like them being sisters, was always a thing. But as for like
where did they come from?
Yeah,
like it wasn't fully.
They did have the Fiddlesticks had the voice interaction with Jinx that like it's all your fault, which we know now actually is like fleshed out to be like, I don't really want to like give away the whole show, but like there's a huge moment for Jinx's character. So like things like that, it's all fleshed out now. You get to actually see how these characters like get to the place they are. And it like, that being said, I keep talking like the interactions between the game and like the show. It's like the story's good without having any knowledge of the show.
Yeah, like you said,
or of the game.
You've got like your girlfriend who enjoys the show.
Yeah,
she doesn't understand.
Vi's her favorite character.
She loves Vi.
Yeah,
Haley Steinfeld makes sense.
Yeah.
So the show itself, I mean, we obviously have this emotional connection to it because of us playing.
I've been playing the game since I was 13.
Yes. I've jacked off to a lot of Legends porn.
Yeah.
So like that's just like where we're at. But outside of that, like you said, it is a good show, and it like has these like dynamics and like shit that I'm actually getting invested in. Like this friendship of how Jace is going to help Victor or whatever. You know, it just
I'm you feel like it's their friendship's gonna fracture, right?
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like we know that's gonna happen because we know the characters.
Yeah.
Victor and Singe didn't have a relationship before, so now that's a fun little.
You didn't even know that Singe was in there at first either.
I know. I thought I thought Silco was Singed.
Yes, you thought.
And I was wrong. It was Singed. Singed was Singed.
So I don't know if Silco is going to end up being somebody. So the main villain in this show is just his name's Silco, which is not a character in League of Legends lore or anything. And I think that I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I think that I'm okay with having. There's also
it doesn't make sense to me.
Character as well that was like the
Vander,
the like main father.
The father figure for Vine Jinx, Vander.
Really good guy, super likable, and he's not in the lore at all. He's not in the game.
It makes perfect sense to me because okay, they don't need to make every single character of League of Legends important to stories.
Because the idea of League of Legends is these are like legends of Runeterra. Like these are like people that had insane impacts on Runeterra.
Sure.
This entire world.
And they got snatched from that and put in like Summoner's Rifts.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you even understand what that is?
Not really.
It's always been like loose.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Been very loose.
It doesn't matter. Like it literally doesn't matter.
But I mean, not everybody is like a legend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is fine. So I'm okay with like people like Vander and the Silco. I'm okay with them not becoming anybody.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
And if they do, great. But if they don't, it's fine.
So Singed and Victor have a relationship. But outside of that, even like, these characters that we're like attached to the story, I really like the animation of this. I was skeptical because I was like, I don't really want to watch an anime.
It's not anime.
It's an anime.
No, it isn't. I don't think it's an anime at all. It's just an animated show.
It's anime.
Okay.
It's fucking weeb shit.
Yeah, it's weebed up. It's made by an American studio.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay.
American.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is Toyota.
I don't think that's right.
Come on now. Yeah, whatever. Hyundai. That's American too. But the animations of this show are fucking phenomenal. And you and I had this discussion. So go back circa 2014, right?
Okay. LeBron James has just joined back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Which,
if we were fucking gay, we'd care about that.
Oh, right.
We care more about League of Legends.
League of Legends, right.
Yes.
Got it.
And in this World Championship, I think it's 2014, it's somewhere around there. Circa. That's what circa means. That's approximate.
Yeah, that's why I gave you the LeBron James thing.
Yep.
Just setting it up.
Yep. And we go to this World Championship where League of Legends it's the biggest game in the world at the time. But like a World Championship, who really cares? It ends up breaking records. Like it's much more than like the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, selling out arenas and across the world.
Going into it, Imagine Dragons opens.
Oh, right.
The World Championship.
Yes.
They release like songs, like a couple of songs.
Yeah, let me Imagine Dragons, the band, is at the height of their powers.
They're dropping songs like I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones.
Everybody is going fucking crazy.
Every person in the country buys a gong.
They love it.
They love that song so much, and they fucking watch the music video of Imagine Dragons just banging on the gong. Every house in America has a gong.
Flash forward 8 years. I mean, it is embarrassing.
I don't think have released a song in.
They are the Nickelback of this generation.
Yes, they but because they're so big and they're opening at this World Championship.
And I also got to say, at the time, Imagine Dragons doing the song for Imagine Dragons made a song for League of Legends. They made the song Warrior. Yeah. And it was
good song too.
We were like, oh fuck, League of Legends is becoming something big.
They're big.
They got Imagine Dragons. They got Imagine Dragons.
That's like in 2004.
Yeah.
If in 2004 World of Warcraft
got Nickelback,
got Lil Wayne to write a song for him.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Imagine Dragons? What the fuck, Lil Wayne?
So now we have a complete flip of what the powers are.
Yeah.
Because Imagine Dragons is who gives a fuck about that? When's the last hit they've had?
Yeah.
And League of Legends Riot goes, you want to make us another song?
We stand by
And they got him to make another song.
They make a few songs. They make a few.
Kind of a fucking banger, Enemy.
Kind of
a fucking banger.
I like all the songs that they've released for this.
And it's like
when she's walking through that fucking that's like the sewers, walks past like this dump of a town.
It's Enemy. It's the same song.
Yes, I know.
Oh yeah.
But there was also an opener song. The first episode that Imagine Dragons had.
And that's not the intro song?
I don't think so.
I gotta rewatch it.
But when she walks past them, and then Imagine Dragons is animated.
And they're in the back.
They're in the band. Dude, I got chills. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Imagine Dragons? Are they going to hit a gong again?
Yeah.
Oh, hit that gong.
It's so nice to see Imagine Dragons back
on top,
back in form,
back on top. Hey, not just back in form, back on top.
They're crushed. And look, if you check out the top 100 right now, they're not on the list.
Are they not?
I don't know.
The Enemy song didn't pop off?
It's pretty good.
I'm going to listen to Enemy after this.
So there are literally 2 shows that are coming out right now that have like the killer intros. You got an Enemy by Imagine Dragons, and then Succession has like this piano playing.
Hey, stop bringing up Succession.
Succession is amazing. You'll get to it.
I'm not going to watch it.
It's incredible.
I'll never watch it.
All right. Let me also tell you why I think the show works. I mean, I've told you this, but I'm telling anybody who listens to this.
Go on.
100% of video game properties that have been turned into movies, into television shows, into anything that isn't a video game has been at the best mediocre.
Yes.
And typically is dog shit. Mm-hmm. It has never been worth talking about. And anybody who has told you like otherwise, like, oh, Detective Pikachu, fucking, it blows. It sucks.
It's all right, yeah.
It's not good.
It's very all right, yeah.
The Mario movie is incredible. That's it.
Greatest movie of all time.
Chris Pratt's gonna kill it.
I know.
So this show,
I think I know why this one works over others too. I want to bring that point.
So this show works because League of Legends isn't like an established story. There isn't like when you play the game, anybody who doesn't know, it's you start from ground zero all the time and you try to defeat your enemy's base.
Yeah.
That's it. And then all the characters you play have their own little stories like we were talking about.
Yep.
And now you have like these writers who get to like take these like fragments of stories and like flesh them out and make like honestly, it feels like a kind of feels like lightning in a bottle to me.
Yeah.
Where they like just have like this great concept and they can just make it into something great.
And so like the big thing that you like brought up too was that because this game technically doesn't rely on the lore of these characters or the story of these characters, they have a little bit more freedom.
Completely way.
Because like in a game like, say if they make a World of Warcraft movie, if they like have their freedom with the lore a little bit.
Yeah.
It's directly in the game, and like you're then
it impacts the game.
What's it called? Like not convoluting. It's like you're retconning something in the game. So like that's bad. Also, a thing that I like about it, the reason why I think that this will work as well, and other games kind of fall flat, is even if they try not to be, all those other games are cash grabs, because those games you have to pay for. Mm-hmm. League of Legends is a free game.
Yeah.
Where the cash grab actually is more towards in the game later. They can make skins off of like these characters in there. But in reality, it's not like they're trying to sell you League of Legends, because they don't need to sell League of Legends.
Yeah.
League of Legends is sold. Mm-hmm. It's free. Mm-hmm. Like you don't have to pay for it. A thing that I'm hearing though, kind of rumors, might be some truth to it, because I kind of agree with it and might be the thing, is with this movie coming out.
What movie?
I mean not movie, the show being out.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to work towards the League of Legends MMO. Because League of Legends has already told us that they're working on it.
Yeah, okay.
Which I'm excited for, because I think that if there is a World of Warcraft killer, it is going to be Riot.
Yeah.
Created. Like it's going to be created by one of these companies that have Amazon just fumbled the bag. But I think that Riot can actually do well with these characters.
How's Valorant going? Fine.
Valorant's not MMO.
I know, but like I'm talking about like.
They just make great games. Like they have TFT, Teamfight Tactics. They have Valorant. They're both like very widely successful games.
They're good at making. I feel like Valorant was supposed to be the CS:GO killer, and what did it do?
It's still really big. I mean,
It does big, right?
it's probably the third biggest esport.
So people rock with it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well then good.
It's like third. It's top 5 biggest esport right now.
All right, well then, so I thought that is, hey, good on them for like, trying to do other things besides League of Legends. I mean, that's what you have to do if you want to be a successful game company. I was hoping you were going to say that the show is not like a continuative narrative. Like, I hope once we get done with the season, it's just done. Like, God, I keep trying to think of the type of show I want it to be.
Well, I mean, like
I hope each season is like a different story.
Yes, me too. I think I think that they are going to do that too.
Yeah.
But I think that like I said, I think that it's going to lead up to, with this show, then we're introduced to all these characters and it builds this Runeterra world. Then eventually they're going to release this MMORPG, and it's kind of pre-built beforehand.
Yeah.
Which I think is really good for MMORPGs, because you got to set that world before you step into that world,
Sure.
So I think that's really good. Also, another reason why I think that the MMORPG will be good is because the lead designer at Riot
was a lead designer from
World of Warcraft back in Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah, Ghostcrawler.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
So,
yeah, you don't think I know stuff?
I know you
I'm
know.
aware.
I know you know. But yeah,
I want to talk about speculation real quick before we wrap up. So, based on the things that we've looked up, not like spoilers of the show, but like just things that character like interactions and like dynamics,
Easter eggs, shit like that.
So, do you think Blitzcrank shows up? Because Victor creates Blitzcrank.
I think the characters that we have
we'll speed round. So yeah,
I think that the characters that we have now, we're not going to get many more.
Okay.
I think that.
So
maybe
I'm gonna say
one or two.
You say yes or no.
Okay.
And maybe a little blurb if you want to.
Okay.
Blitzcrank.
No.
Oriana.
Blitzcrank, I think there'll be Easter egg.
Okay.
Oriana, no.
Is it Camille? Camille.
Maybe.
Camille. Do we get Twitch?
No, I think that we got that Easter egg, and that's just going to be the Easter egg.
Do we get fully realized Echo?
Yes.
Do you think so?
I
don't actually.
I think that he comes back. Well, I don't think that he'll be fully like.
Well, he might be adult, but not like time traveling Echo.
Well, because time traveling Echo he finds what it is.
Yeah, he just finds a hextech crystal and then uses it to power his shit, and then Yeah. And then his time travel isn't like amazing. It's just like, I mean,
he's actually very weak.
In
lore, he's very weak.
I know.
You should watch that video on.
I did.
Oh, the power levels.
I did.
Okay.
The highest power level is Kindred, higher than Aurelion Soul.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's you got to watch the updated one. Because apparently you didn't watch the updated one.
Is there an updated one?
Oh yeah, 2 months
ago.
Kindred is, even though Aurelion Soul is like the undying star or whatever the fuck it is, ultimately everybody has an end, including Aurelion Soul, and no matter what, they all have to meet Kindred in the end.
I don't agree with that though.
That's what he said.
That's like saying Hades is the strongest. Fuck that.
Okay, but that's the fight.
Name off 4 people that you think will be in.
Do we get anybody that isn't from Zaun or Piltover? So like LeBlanc or maybe Swain. Any like Noxians, any Ionians?
I think that we get that next season. You know what I think? So this is my theory.
Because the girl that Jace has sex with, her parents are Noxian. Mm-hmm. So do we get anything else from there?
I don't know. I don't think that we will. I think this is how they lead into it. The season ends with Ezreal.
Ezreal finding the gauntlet?
The Traveler. No, I think that he just comes through.
Oh, because he from Piltover, right?
Yes. I think that he comes through, and then he from Shurima.
Oh, and you're saying that's
where he gets its gauntlet.
Yeah, that's where we follow.
And then we follow him.
And that's the next story.
Into the next story.
Which is Shurima.
Yeah. Or Shurima or Noxus. Wherever. He goes everywhere. Because that's like his big thing.
But if he gets his gauntlet, he gets his gauntlet in Shurima, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that he comes to Piltover with the gauntlet, maybe.
Okay. And the last couple ones we'll do. Ergot.
No,
I don't think so either. No. I think Ergot is like
he was too big of a character and should have been developed already by now.
Yeah, if Ergot comes, it'll be like a sequel to this story. Mm-hmm. And you know what? If they do a sequel, it's gonna be like Singed focus and Ergot and like Then maybe that's where we get Warwick and Mundo and Twitch.
Yes, I think that Mundo's a possibility that we might see still. Like in the war, they might.
And then I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
That I would guess. I kind of, if I had a guess, I kind of think we get Blitzcrank. I kind of think we get Warwick, but that's my only guesses.
I bet you we're going to see like the
Blitz?
start of Blitzcrank. Like you probably get like just like his top half, and it's like partially built, like it's a yellow robot, and that's our Easter egg or whatever. But yeah, I doubt that we get like
Oriana probably doesn't come until Victor's completed.
Yeah, I think that the big thing is I'd like Ezreal to be seen.
Yeah,
I think that's like such a good idea.
He's the fan favorite.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool idea.
Maybe we get a little Bandle City action.
You think that we get a
no?
You think that we get a Ziggs?
I would love to get Corki or Ziggs. You know, Corki has no lore.
Yeah,
isn't that funny?
The people with like no lore are like
Amumu, Corki.
Isn't
that weird?
Annie just recently got lore, I think. She like got lore, but she's also
Amumu and Corki have been in the game longer than every other fucking champion.
Yeah,
nothing. I don't know. He's a mummy or something.
He's a mummy. He throws bandages.
All right, I got to piss. Let's get out of here.
Peace out, fuckers.